Today I fucked up by flashing the sweep for 30 minutes straight. Posted as a comment in another sub, but just came across this sub and it seemed to fit. A few months ago, I, overweight middle-aged female, had the sweep out to do my chimney. Since we were social distancing, I sat on the edge of the sofa at the other end of the room. You know, the way you do. Legs apart, elbows on your knees, making awkward conversation through masks and over the noise of big vacuums. He wasn't much of a talker and I was a bit miffed with the whole experience, TBH. Felt that he was very rushed, didn't do a good job. Just wanted to get out. New fella, youngster. Made a note to give him a bad review on Google. Then, when I was going to bed that night, I discovered a massive split in my pants at the crotch. And no, I wasn't wearing knickers at the time. Let's just say that he got a stellar review on Google for professionalism under extremely difficult circumstances. Too long didn't read, wondered why sweep was rushed. Turns out pants split and he spent 30 minutes avoiding eye contact with a middle-aged vagina. Your problem was flashing your vagina. The boy specializes in ash holes. After 30 seconds or so, it's not really a flash, it's a glow. So would you say he was a hard worker? More than likely, though he sounded like he may have been a bit stiff on the job that day. Had a sweep out to do my chimney, but instead he just cleaned the ash out of my fireplace vent and left. Oh man, I'm not a native speaker. The first two paragraphs made me think sweep my chimney was code for phone sex rofl, mostly because of the second paragraph. Today I fucked up by making my 3-year-old think she would have to stay at school forever when she turns 4. I live in the Netherlands and where I live you have to draw lots for the more popular schools in the city. I enrolled my daughter in nursery school at a Montessori school. It's a very popular school, so I wasn't sure if she would be able to go to kindergarten and school there. Normally I would have to enroll her when she turned 3, but because of COVID I had to wait 6 more months before being able to enroll her. Dreadful suspense. Finally the day is here and I hear she's in. I'm very happy and the first thing I tell her when I go pick her up from nursery school is, good news. You will be able to stay here when you turn 4! Exclamation mark. She doesn't react very enthusiastic, but it's lunchtime so I think she's just hungry and a bit cranky and don't pay much attention. Normally she's singing all the way home while sitting on the back of my bicycle, but today she's very quiet and not really answering my questions. When we get home I say again, it's great that you will be able to stay in school when you turn 4, isn't it? She started crying and said, but I don't want to, I want you to come pick me up! Exclamation mark. Poor thing thought I meant she would have to stay there forever and she must have been so confused and hurt by my enthusiasm. I'm just so glad she told me what was wrong. Imagine having this hanging over you for the next 6 months. I felt like the worst parent ever. Too long didn't read, I accidentally told my toddler she would have to stay at school forever. Edit. Thank you for the upvotes, awards and all your stories. You've had me laughing all evening. To clarify a few points. I'm the mom, I didn't speak English. I used the Dutch word blijven, which means stay. My daughter was okay once I explained I will come and pick her up every day. English is not my first language, so I didn't know how to explain the procès properly, but I found this on the website of the municipality. If there are more applications than places, a lottery will be held. If your child does not get a place at your first choice school, then the municipality will look whether there is a spot at your second choice school and then your third choice school, and so on. Hope that clears things up. She's scarred for life. Time to start over with a new one. I love the way little kids think. You never know how they will interrupt things. In our mind it's so obvious you will pick them up every day. I never thought to mention that or carefully phrase my sentences so it would be clear. My son learned the meaning of being fired when he was 4 or 5 and I told him I was going to fire him from helping with some chore. He looked terrified and thought I was going to set him on fire. Poor kids. The world must be frightening when you only have the mental ability to take everything literally. I wanna be 3 years old going to Montessori school in the NL with a mom who picks me up and rides me home on the back of her bicycle every day. Please. Normally she's singing all the way home while sitting on the back of my bicycle. I sometimes forget how awesome the Netherlands sounds. Well, it was raining and very windy today, so it felt more like swimming, but most of the time cycling is lovely. I had similar fears as a young child. When I was in kindergarten, we only had half-day school. Then once you started first grade you switched to a regular full school day. When my parents told me I'd be starting all-day school the next year, I was so distraught. I thought I would be at school literally all day. Would I get to come home at night even? Would I see my parents again? I think we take for granted some figures of speech because they feel so obvious to all but little kids, but they haven't learned that yet. Today I fucked up by flashing my SIL my morning glory, so this happened this morning. Context: my wife invited my sister-in-law to stay over last night since she lives kinda far and it was getting late. This morning I hear them talking down the hall from our bedroom. I'm in our room half awake and our kid is running around the room fresh off 27 hours of sleep. My 2-year-old just learned the joys of opening and slamming doors at the crack of dawn. Past few days he's been pretty subtle, just opening and closing them slowly, and, since he's just figuring life out, we let him go for a little. This morning he notices the majestic blast of fresh air you get when you slam the door. He does it with no regard for his own safety since he hasn't experienced the ungodly agony of closing the door on your fingers yet. Tell him to be careful because he's gonna get hurt. Process ensues. Slam. Peter, stop. Slam. Peter, stop, you're gonna get hurt. We lock eyes and I know he's about to do it again with his fingers right next to the edge of the door. I jump out of bed and run over to catch him and swing the door wide open. I look down the hallway and there's my sister-in-law and wife looking dead at me, and there I am standing at the doorway with my dick at full mast. We lock eyes. I quickly realize what's going, post-adrenaline, and jump back behind the door. Mortified, I went to the bathroom to see if you could notice from the mirror, and there was no hiding it. Part of me knew but needed my fears confirmed. Needless to say, it was awkward as shit at breakfast. Still haven't talked to my wife about it because the SIL is still over. Now I'm hiding in the bathroom typing up my first "today I fucked up" post. Too long, didn't read. Tried to stop my kid from slamming his fingers in the door. Flashed my sister-in-law my complete morning package. Update number 1, wasn't expecting this to blow up. Thank you, kind internet strangers, for the awards. So here's the update. Somewhere around 3 I checked my phone and I had 3,000 updates, which is about 2,999 more than I expected. We were at lunch together and I said fuck it, let's bring this up. I'm a few beers deep and tell my SIL and wife the story, and my SIL starts to awkwardly giggle. My wife is holding her head. After the elephant in the room comes out, we all start laughing. I read them the comments and my SIL now thinks she's a viral celebrity by association, haha. Lesson learned: flash your dick, get some dudes, respectfully of course. There are worse ways to be caught running at a child sporting a full erection. Dad save pride always. Imho, no fuck up here. Hero move. It's just so hard getting out of bed, am I right? If you're ever losing an argument to the SIL, you can always throw a "remember when you saw my dick," guaranteed to end any argument in your favor. Excuse me SIL, my eyes are up here. Wow, thank you guys for the awards. So now you know why my nickname is Tripod. No, that's my nickname. Thanks, kind stranger. My only gold after 4 years of rubbish posting. I think I could cry.